a beer today with TK. It's a rainy winter evening here in Philly, Ohio, and Anderson and I are getting some beers in the shed. What's going on, Anderson?
Well, it's time for us to drink another beer. Your heater's finally kicking off some heat. We've sat out here long enough for it to start working.
We can no longer see our breath, so that's a positive thing, right?
Absolutely. Either that or the beers are warming us up, one or the other.
Listen, I'll take it over the heat any day of the week, my man.
Absolutely. I do not disagree with that one.
My wife and kids would rather. We lived in Florida briefly. I know a lot of our guys live in Florida, and they live in Georgia and warm states. I am not built for that, man. I don't know about you.
It's too hot up here during the summertime. I can't imagine living in the South anytime.
I still think the hottest I've ever been in my life was when we were in Macon, Georgia at Jimbo's. That was oppressive. When I graduated from law school, I briefly moved to Florida for about 60 days.
What a mistake that was.
I lived there multiple times for years before. I never really liked it, but my father lived there and my wife's parents lived there, and we went down. And we stopped in Macon, Georgia, and it was literally the hottest I've ever been in my life. The minute you got out the car, it felt like somebody jumped on your chest. Like the humidity was just, soul crushing.
Yeah, it was like breathing underwater, trying to breathe underwater.
Yeah, it was rough.
I'm not built for that either. As we are both hefty gentlemen, it should be obvious we are not.
So I'm not complaining about the cold. We're going to take it like champs, right? It's all right. It is good.
Absolutely.
Now, this beer is from another cold weather state. This is called Slang Du Jour. And it's a sour a la mode, and this is the Cran-Orange Cobbler variant. So I guess there are multiples of this.
Are you going to name the brewery, or are you just going to go right into the name of the beer?
I'm going to get it. It's Drekker Brewing. This cat. I'll get to this. Drekker Brewing, I don't know where you live, but Drekker is one of the best breweries around. When I talk to brewers, not just beer fans, but brewers, this is routinely cited as one of their favorite breweries. When we actually did a beer with the brewers over at Modcraft Brewing here in Findlay, and sadly it got screwed up because our audio equipment wasn't up to snuff. We need to step our game up and earn some more money to get better audio equipment, but it had some electrical interference and ruined it. But when we talked to Eric, he was singing the praises of Drekker. And I think I've had maybe one of their beers prior, but you really didn't see them in Ohio a whole lot.
I've been fortunate enough to have quite a few of their beers over the years because, as he's mentioned before, I travel, and one of the guys I was working with happened to swing through the brewery on a day off and pick up a bunch of beers and made friends with some of the brewers and whatever. And every time he's been in the area, he's picked up beers and nicely given me some.
So he's got the hook.
I've never had the opportunity to really fly home with any until...
That means he just drank them and then shared them with his boy. I understand.
Or my bag was already overweight with other beers I'd picked up along the way.
Fair enough.
Like your Pliny.
That was glorious. That was glorious.
But now they've finally been released, accepted, whatever you want to call it, into Ohio.
Yeah. I saw
Ohio. They're allowed to be distributed in Ohio now.
I saw Kibby's. Kibby's is probably my favorite beer shop to go to. Shout out to Kibby's. They're down in Bluffton, Ohio. Usually on my way home, I work in Ada, Ohio. So usually on my way home, I swing through Kibby's. Probably go like 3 miles out my way this way to get there. An hour, a mile and a half each way. But it's well worth it because it's one of the best little beer shops around. And it's been under kind of new management for the last, maybe year or so. And, they do a fantastic job. Whenever I go in there, Chloe's working. I'll be, whatever you need, if she can get it for you, she'll get it for you. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah. And I saw them post on their social media, they got these. But since it's winter break, I haven't been going out to Ada because I haven't been working. I've been at home. But as soon as I get back there, I'm going to swing through and grab a bunch of the Drekker ones because, everything I hear about them is amazing. So I'm thrilled to be able to give this one a shot.
And luckily, I found this at Rosie's Wine Shop in Lakewood, which is an impeccable beer and wine store.
So that's right outside of Cleveland. So they're popping up in Ohio now. And I'm guessing, their reputation is going before them. Yeah.
Yes.
And there's probably more of a market, so I'm hoping to try some more.
So hopefully after we've talked this up, it's a good beer.
Let's hope so. These guys are out of Fargo, North Dakota. Or should I say North Dakota? From Fargo, eh? Maybe? Canadians are looking at me like, this bastard. That's not how anybody sounds up in these waves.
Anyways.
Who's a Steve Buscemi? Who is in Fargo? Steve Buscemi?
I don't even remember. It's been
I think he was. It won
decades since I've seen that.
I think Buscemi was in it. Maybe I'm wrong. This is a sour smoothie pastry brew.
Are you sure it's smoothie, not smoothie?
I think I just railed against smoogies and smoothies in the last video. And here's the thing, man. I don't even hate them. I just hate that it's become like some trendy bullshit. I mean, it's the same thing like with IPAs. Like, I don't hate IPAs. I just hate that it became everybody trying to out IPA everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? And with the smoothie,
Double, triple, quad hop nonsense.
Yeah, and again, no real like direction or no real guidelines for what it is. So you can have some triple IPA and you're like, this is bullshit. And then you have a regular one, and you're like, oh my god, this is too hoppy. And it's the same thing with these. They're just a bit odd to me. So what's to say? There's all kinds of writing on the side of this.
There's a whole bunch of writing on the side of this. So let's get started. Malt, pale two-row, carafoam wheat. Hops, Magnum, Flora, Lactobacillus culture, house ale yeast.
Okay.
Gimmicks.
Gimmicks, I like that.
Gimmicks. Cranberry.
Sounds
orange.
better than adjuncts, right?
It does. It definitely sounds better than adjunct. It's a selling point, the gimmick.
Yeah.
Cranberry, orange, plum, granola, brown sugar, cinnamon, lactose, vanilla beans.
All right.
And then attention with some like warning symbols down here you probably can't see. Contains a significant amount of fruit. Please keep cold at all times. Separation is normal. Give can a gentle roll or two before opening.
There you go. Usually you forget that bit. Now he's rolled it too much, and we're going to get a smoogie facial, and it's going to be brutal.
That's why you're opening it.
All right, let's do this. So this was $5.85 for a can.
I hope it sprays you.
Fucking
I should have shook it more.
Huh. This is bizarre. This is the same exact color as the last beer we had.
Would you call that mauve?
I would not, although some cats would. Is this literally the same color?
It is. It is absolutely the same color.
Yeah, no.
It is 100% the same color as...
Not a bad pour there.
No, that was very lucky.
Pretty spot on.
That's why you use these mason jars with the
They do have the
measurements on the side that you never pay attention to.
Well, because I'm blinded by the damn ring light. I can't read anything like
Blinded
this.
by the light.
Revved up like a douche or another runner in the night. Is that how?
Wrapped up like a deuce.
It's
another
douche.
roller in the night.
We all know it's douche.
It's a deuce. It's a Deucenberg.
Color. Hit the light out if you can. I mean, this looks the same, literally the same as the one we just did, which was the Camp Hill Ripple. I mean, the color of this looks almost identical.
The pink sewer water?
Yeah, it's like pink, purplish. Like if you saw this oozing out of the toilet, you'd run.
I mean that in the nicest of ways. Although
Well,
under the
this
light,
is a little redder in the light.
a little redder.
Yeah,
There's
the other one was
definitely
more
some
purple.
suspended chunks in there.
Can you see it?
I can see some suspended chunks in there.
Okay. So, I mean, again, can't see through this, obviously. Yeah, there's some floaties.
I don't know if you can see through it at all.
Usually you can pick it up pretty decent. Throw it on there.
Try not to blind. Nah, this...
No, he's just going to blind me. This is, it looked the same when we poured it. I would say this is probably a lot more purple. This was probably purplish pink. This is a little more purple. And when you hit the light up, it looked reddish, where the other one kind of maintained the color was more purple.
Yeah, this looked a little reddish and little less cloudy and thick.
Head, still the same. It's like very thin and non-existent. Usually when you're doing anything kind of sour-like, you don't get much of a head. He's going to do the Don and try to swirl it here. But it doesn't work. Don is like very nice and calm, and like everybody likes him, and we're just like the opposite.
There's a lot of legs on this if you're a wine drinker.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, it looks decent. Let's give it a sniff. Picking up something very distinct. I'm not quite 100% sure.
It's kind of like a sweet, sugary, fruity, kind of very pleasant smell.
Yeah, but I'm trying to pick up, like you have cranberry,
almost like
plum.
Almost like a candied sugar, maybe.
I don't know that I'm getting any of those things individually, though.
No, but it's like
fruity, sweet.
A pleasant candied smell.
Yeah, not cloyingly sweet, but like a nice, yeah, it's nice.
Like that smell when you walk into a candy shop, a confectioner shop.
Confectioners. I like it. You know me, I eat Mike and Ike's. I'm not a chocolate dude.
You know what else that kind of smell in there?
The granola?
I was going to say graham. Like kind of almost a graham crackery granola kind of.
I think that's the granola. It's like a cinnamon graham kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is odd, because we did a graham cracker beer earlier where I didn't pick up any graham.
But this smells really nice.
It's like that granola, yeah.
I smell this and I want to.
It's enough snorting this. You ready?
I want to drink this.
Let's hit it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Again, like the others, first thing I noticed, thinner body than I'd expect. When you see that cloudy, kind of murky color and look to it, I always think this is going to be, I don't know, like drinking a smoothie. It's not. This is medium light bodied. Taste is actually quite nice. I think the first thing I kind of pick up is almost like a lactose sweetness.
Right, lactose sweetness is delicious. There's that lactose sweetness and...
You pick up the vanilla.
Almost into like a graham cracker kind of cinnamon, sugary, brown sugar, like granola.
As far as the fruits, you have cranberry, orange, and plum. I don't think they were kind of mixing. I think plum, you kind of taste like that. I think plum is maybe the one I taste the most.
I mean, it is.
You pick up the orange, because the orange, I think, stands out from the other ones.
That's a nice mix of fruits and flavors that blends very well together. The cranberry, orange, plum. That's probably why I chose it.
I will say this, though. When you deal with cranberries, I've had a lot of cranberries in sour. So that Roac one out of, really at Royal Oak, Michigan, they do a cranberry sour, but it's like big cranberry hit, big lip puckering kind of sour thing.
Well,
this isn't.
Cranberry's kind of acidic, astringent, kind of almost.
But this, I think they blended this well, so it's not like, I expected the cranberry to dominate those other flavors, because plum is almost kind of subtle.
Well,
this blends nicely, where you can kind of pick it up like notes of them, but it's like, they blend well into like a nice fruit punch kind of thing almost.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Well, who is it? Who's it? Ocean Spray that used to do the cranberry orange. Mm-hmm. And it obviously worked well because they made a fortune on that.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is done, the cran orange plum is actually a really well done, nice combination of fruit flavors that just, and it's all tastes like natural fruit.
I will say this is not, you pick up the brown sugar, drink it.
Yeah.
And then like, it's almost like on your lips, like you can taste it, like the brown sugar. This is good.
But this is not
really good.
There's no fake, artificial, nothing flavored fruit. It tastes like real fruit.
This isn't
like fresh
bullshit. This is the real deal. And you can kind of see the stuff lingering on the glass, right? Like you get that shit, like when you have a nice fresh glass of orange juice or something, you see that, the fruit bits or pulp or whatever you want to call it, kind of, not pulp, but you know what I mean.
Very quaffable.
This is delicious. What was the ABV on this?
I don't think I ever see what it says on the can. Probably something astronomical just to put us
Review-wise, this did great. 4.19 on Untappd, 4.13 on Beer Advocate.
I do not see a ABV on the can.
The ABV is not noticeable. I mean, it's not like gross. Like,
I mean, this could be 30%. It could be 3%. You would never know.
No, I mean, this is just delicious. I mean, look, I got to save some so I can do the bit at the end when I drink it. But I mean, this is phenomenal.
Too bad I don't have like a hat with horns so I can look like the guy on the can.
Wonderful beer. Let's get to the point. Drekker. This one is the Slang Du Jour Sour a la Mode Cran-Orange Cobbler. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. One of the best beers I've had in ages. Huge thumbs up.
I wish I had more of these. This would be another double thumbs up for me.
Do you only have one of these?
This is the only one I bought.
Damn. Maybe we'll hit up Kibby's tomorrow, see if they got another one.
I wish I had more of these.
This is delicious.
Amazing.
Giant thumbs up. If you like us, please give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, you got any comments or questions, jump in down below. Is Drekker in your neck of the woods? If so, what's your favorite one? Like I said, I've only had a handful. I think I've had one or two in this. I know Anderson's had a few more. I'd love to know which ones to try because this was phenomenal. Hey, till next time.
Cheers.